Hey everybody, it's Miss Susan with Suzette's Puppets, and today I want to teach you how to give your puppet a job, or at least share with you why it's so important. Now, every time I do my story time, I just don't grab a puppet and use it and then just set it to the side. I actually have a plan for how I want to use my puppets during my story time, and by doing that, that means I'm giving my puppets a job, something to do. So today I have 3 different puppets that I want to share with you. I want to show you what their jobs are, just to give you an idea of what I mean when I say to give your puppets a job. So the first one is in this box. His name is Blooper. He's a monster puppet, and his main job is to hand me the story. But in handing me the story, he teaches the kids how to hold the book. So I love this type of box because it's kind of its own little puppet stage. And then when I put the puppet on my hand, it kind of hides my hand behind it. So this is the Folk Manus puppet. I love it because it has these glove fingers so I can hold things. So what he does, and it looks like I forgot to put the book in the box, oh no, but he goes up and he holds the book and he usually has it backwards and he's like, yes, and the kid's like, no, that's not the right way to hold it, and so on and so forth. If you'd like to see the video of that skit in front of a group of kids, click the link inside the description and you'll be able to see an exact example of how I do it. But that is Blooper's only job, is to hand me the book, and that's it. I try not to use puppets to do a variety of different things because it gets confusing. I want the kids to learn who Blooper is, and I want them to fall in love with him too. So every time I bring Blooper's box, they already know, oh my gosh, Blooper's here. What book does Blooper have in his box today? And then once Blooper is done with his little skit, I set him aside, and then I move on to either singing a song or reading a story. Another puppet that I enjoy, he's inside of a bag. His name is Peter. He is a little bear cub. And so his only job is actually, he only has really one job. He sings one song, and that is The Bear Went Over the Mountain. And so that's all he does. I have other bear puppets that I use to do for other things. But again, I usually bring Peter out when I'm talking about bears or the theme of hibernation, but that's his only job, just to come out to sing his song, The Bear Goes Over the Mountain. Last but not least, I don't use this one very often, so each time I bring this bag, she's very special. This is my little puppy, Libby. Isn't she adorable? Just cute. Now I use Libby after I sing my closing song of my story time, and right before I get ready to leave the classroom to either go to another classroom to do a story time, or I get ready to go back to the library. And what I love about Libby when I bring her is when everybody sees her little carrying case, and when I explain to them that I had to bring my puppet puppy to work with me today, and we have to be very quiet during the story time. But if everybody's very quiet and does what they're supposed to do during the story time, then they'll get a chance to pet little Miss Libby when we're all done. So when we're done with the story time, I pull Libby out, I set her in my arms kind of like this, and she doesn't speak, she just bark, bark. She just barks, and then what I do is I pet her so that it shows the children what I want them to do when they see her. And that way, when the story time is done and we've sang our closing song, I'll have one child come up at a time. They'll get to stroke her head or rub her body, or some will even try to hug her, which is fine. Just explain to the kids, no, we don't hit the puppy puppet. But they really like that, and they really look forward to her. So she's just a special treat, but she's only used for at the end of story time. If I had one year where I had a preschool class that was just out of control, the teacher was sick a lot, so I had a substitute a lot. So Libby really came in handy at that time because I could tell the kids that if they didn't follow directions during the story time, then Libby would just stay in her carrier and they wouldn't get to pet her. However, if they did do well, that was kind of their treat, that they would get to see the puppy and they would get to pet her, and the kids looked forward to her for that. So these are just 3 really simple examples of how I give each puppet a job. Like I said, I plan everything, especially since I'm the school liaison and my job is to do story time at the library and to leave the library, to go into daycares and preschools and kindergarten classrooms to do story time. I have to be really organized. So I need to make sure that I have all the songs that I want to sing, all the books that I want to read, and all the puppets that I want to bring, and the reason why that I bring the puppets. Now, if you're using a puppet in your classroom, I would do the same thing too. Always make sure that the puppet is in their home at all times. Make sure that the kids understand what the puppet is used for. It's not just for random play. Our library has a lot of puppets that are just for random play that sits in the play area. But these puppets usually sit at my desk. So if you're using them in your classroom, have them someplace up high so the kids know they only come out during your story time or your circle time to do whatever their job is and to be put away. And trust me, the kids will look forward to it every single time to see what the puppet's going to do today. So again, my name is Miss Susan with Suzette's Puppets. Thanks so much for watching me. If you're checking me out on YouTube, please make sure you hit that subscribe button or ring that bell to get notifications each time I upload a new puppet tutorial. But thanks again for listening. Bye!